The conversation is always important. I think sadly though, we've made the conversation into an issue that needs to be discussed rather than relationships that need to be built. It's not so important to me how we interpret the scripture, how we engage in social media. What's important to me is how we live with one another. And this convening is important because it's giving us space where we can acknowledge that people on the whole spectrum of gender diversities and orientations are members of our local church congregations. And for me, it's that lived experience together in community that is the real point. But we can't highlight that if we don't have gatherings like this, where we start to name that there are actually gay people and transgender people in our church congregations. I like the fact that this is a mix of people of Christian faith and other faith, and people who are looking for faith, but haven't yet found something that suits them. Part of the conversation we've just had is whether gay people should bother to engage with the church. Why don't we just go and do our own thing somewhere else? So yes, I think it's important that we have the opportunity to voice those concerns. And it's a good question. Why shouldn't we just go somewhere else? I do know that in terms of our provincial process in the Anglican Church, we have just spent 18 months holding conversations around the country, in different parts of the country, in different languages. And the other foundation is actually one of our sponsors. So they've been partially responsible for us being able to have those conversations, which we have to start somewhere. And the truth is that the traditional interpretation of scripture and the traditional way of being church doesn't really make much room for otherness. So yes, I think in terms of holding this conference, in terms of other processes similar to this, and in terms of the ability to finance other processes, that's a real way of making a difference in spaces and opening up spaces.